Hey everyone, Todd from Sideshow Effects once again, and in this video I'm going to demonstrate the new Magic Mask feature in Davinci Resolve, and I'm going to be using our color panel for Loupedeck devices to assist in making the corrections that I'm looking for. So here we have this shot of a tracking shot of a foreground subject and a background, and there seems to be a fair amount of good separation between the foreground and background, but we're going to emphasize that even further. We want to darken this background down just to pull our foreground subject forward. Now in the past, of course, with Davinci, the way we would isolate it is doing some roto work and doing a mask and tracking that, but the new Magic Mask feature, which is only available in the studio version by the way, does a really good job of identifying. They've really done a nice job with this neural engine. So on our Davinci main panel, we're going to switch over to Magic Mask, and that will open up Magic Mask feature in Davinci. We're going to select a starting frame that we can use to start identifying the area we want to feature. Let's just start in the middle here. Switch to the second page. We already have the picker ad is already selected by default in Magic Mask, so we can just start grabbing our mouse and drawing around our subject, and then we'll do a second one over here, and already we can see it's done a really nice job of selecting our foreground object. Now, if we were to do some color correction on this now, we'd be affecting the foreground subject. We want to leave him alone. We need to affect the background. So we're just going to quickly just select invert mask. That gives us the reverse of the mask we just drew. And now when I switch back to our transport controls, I can track forwards and backwards on this mask, allowing it to track the mask in all the frames. So there, that's completed that from the middle point that we were already on to the end of the clip. Now we want to track the material from the reference frame we started with back towards the beginning. So we can quickly jump to the reference frame here, and then we'll select the backward tracking. And it's completed that, so let's jump back to our reference frame. And I'm going to zoom in here. I want to take a good look at this edge. And it's pretty clean edge, but let's just assume that we want to soften off that edge a little bit more. We can get into our refine functions of the matte in this page here. We can get in, we can adjust the radius. I'm going to use my shuttle on the CT. You can see we're adjusting the radius of this, going to blur. We can blur that off, and I'm going to exaggerate this by showing by increasing the iterations, and you can see how we can get the iterations in there. Go back into blur, we can blur that off. The radius we can increase as well, but I'm going to take the iterations back down because that's going to really ruin our matte there. So we just got a bit of a softness there on his edge. I'll zoom back out. And we can take the mask overlay back off. Now we can start doing a little bit of correction on the background image, since that's what we have isolated. So first thing I want to do is I'm going to switch back to our main panel. The second page, I'm going to go into blur here. I want to just increase the amount of blur there is in that background. So just by selecting blur, going to this next page here, we're going to leave the locks, actually I'm going to turn the lock on. The lock was off on that one. And then I can select either red, green, or blue of the radius. It doesn't matter which one because they're all locked. We'll hit red. And then by moving this dial up, we're increasing the blur of that background. Okay, now we've done that, we're going to swing over to our log controls. Back to the main panel. I'm going to go into our log mode here. Swing to the second page. I'm going to start adjusting the offset here. I'm going to use both our horizontal and vertical controllers here. I want to go towards a little more of a dirty green in here. Yeah, that's a little too much green. I'll pull back on that and then back. There we go. Just get a little bit of it in there. Adjust the midtones. Deepen those, take the shadows, deepen the shadows a little more. Going for quite a dramatic look here. Might be a little too heavy in the green. I might pull that back just a bit. And I also might want to do something like go over into the saturation and drop the saturation off just a little bit. Dial that back just to take off some of that green. There we go. Clearly it looks like our mask we got on the Magic Mask, we softened it off a little too much, but you can still go back in and tweak that as you like. So if we see a before and an after, quite a change that we have there. And of course this will be tracked across the whole shot. So very quick and easy foreground separation with the new Magic Mask feature, along with the ease of use of our Loupedeck color panel pack. So thanks for watching. If you'd like to find out more, there's a link below the video. You can go to our website and find out all the details about this pack. Don't forget to check out our other videos in this series where we use different parts of our color panel to access the various color workspaces within Davinci to correct images. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, we'll talk to you soon.